Hello, welcome back. My name is Peter. This is Dev Suvara. And today I thought I'd dive into a few things, three in particular, three things, one, two, three, that are great strategies in general when working with software development in order to build good software. And it all really starts with number one, and that is patience. And you don't really realize how much patience you need until you get to a point where you're kind of jumping around trying to find solutions to problems when you're in crunch time and you need to release a product, or you've all of a sudden, there's a build that's gone out that is not working and you don't know what the problem is. So it's really important to stay calm and patient. And the reason I'm mentioning patience is because you need that patience to understand everything. And it doesn't just happen when you're in a kind of extreme situation. It's also important when you're building things because everything requires patience to go from step A, B, C, D to learn the things you need to learn in order to understand and to build the software. Everything from learning the syntax, everything from learning the components that the software is made of. And at the same, I guess, goes for a lot of other things, I guess, when you're working with people in the software development industry. It's really important that you have the patience to listen before you say anything so you can understand another person's perspective. This is very true for me because very often I'm like, just give me the answer. We're so used to this kind of jump to the answer thing. And I think this is one of the problems associated with using LLMs is that we want to get to the outcome first without taking the patience to learn the things that we need to learn. And the reason that this actually, the moment this became really evident to me was I was stuck on an issue for a very long time, for probably around a week. I was working with Infinite Interactive on a video game on the Nintendo DS, and we had packed in the Lua interpreter into the Nintendo DS, and there were a few things that were problematic, and I couldn't get it to work. And I asked for help from another developer, and one of the things that we just did a Google search for the issue. And we kind of went through the things. I went through it with him. And what I noticed was he just kind of sat there and he wasn't fussed. And he just read everything that in Stack Overflow at the time. I think it was Stack Overflow. It would have been probably a forum, the Lua forum. And he just sat there and he just read everything word for word, calmly and patiently, and just worked through it. Because what I'd been doing is I'd been trying this and that and this and that. And every time I would do a Google search or jump on somewhere, I would just jump on the page. I'd quickly browse through it. I'd run through it. And then I might have missed something. I didn't do it properly. I didn't read because I didn't have the patience. I had run out of patience. So even though you're in a difficult situation, you need to, I guess, very often step back, breathe, and be patient with trying to solve the problem, because many times the solution isn't obvious and you will need that time to understand and to fix it. Number two is having an attention to the details for everything. When you build code, if you're building something, understand the details, and this is also important when you're building things related to a software product, even the state updates, how does the state get updated in the app, where does it get updated, what are the file names, what is connected to what, architecture details, file details, the project specs, the requirements. The product isn't built on a high level idea of the product, right? You could say it's like, this is a platform that records video for people, and that's YouTube. But the product itself isn't the phrase at a high level. It is the details that make the product, and it is the details that make the product work for everybody. The edge cases that you need to find and solve, and every time you kind of think you have a generalized solution, you'll find that there's an edge case that needs a specific solution, and you need to know those details in order to fix it. And understanding those details gives you so much power in solving the problems associated with a particular piece of software. And it also gives you the confidence to answer questions and to approach the problems in the first place. So the devil is in the details, as they say. And if you focus on understanding those details and not just jumping over them, just like with patience, taking the time and having patience to understand the details. And those two together lead us to the third item, and that is having a desire for the domain understanding of the software. Now, this is kind of, you need the first two, and the first two will lead to the third. And it's critical because in order to build software, it may not seem like you need to understand what it's for and who it's for and the domain itself. But if you're working on, say, any software and you don't understand what some of the terminology is, you're never going to be able to develop and work on it as effectively. You won't be able to communicate with the team members. Domain is everything. The domain is the language that the people use to describe the problem, to describe the solution, and to describe the environment with which the software that you have developed or you're working on exists in. And remember, like, you might not think that something is necessary to know. Like, for instance, in my example, I'm working on chargers, like battery charger software and RV software. RVs are pretty good. I'm quite. Yes, I ran out of memory in the camera. I didn't actually notice it, and that is what caused that cut. So I'll just quickly jump back to what I was saying, because I think I've recorded a lot of really interesting stuff and I don't want to have to go through it again, because I think that first take was really good. So as I was saying, I don't understand the language of, say, battery chargers, right? But I have learned what everything means, everything from voltage, amps, current, how batteries work, how electricity works, how battery chargers charge batteries, and how they are fit within a system of battery charging. And the reason for that is to be able to communicate with the team on different levels and to be confident that I'm understanding what we're building. And if something comes up, I can comment on it. I've learned about different battery chemistries, which is really cool. And all of that stuff is useful for the stuff that I'm building for people that actually want to use the software. And I've had, personal feedback from customers that has, given me even more confidence that I'm on the right path by understanding the domain knowledge. So guys, just wrapping all that up. So I'll just say we want to have patience. We want to understand the details, and we want to build our domain knowledge. And those three strategies of building software together will help you become an expert with the software that you're building and with software as a whole. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope that was useful. I hope you got something out of it. See you in the next one. Catch ya.